Next thing is what we call our business name dropper. Now, how many of you want to know how to start getting in the mix in these places so that you can sell in a very easy way? It's just way easier than you think, but this is where the love comes in. You got to kind of love what you're doing. So, several different ways that we can get members without being spammy where we're at. Now, if you're in a forum, and I'm just going to lead with this, but if you're in a forum and there's a paid area that you can post a job, do you really have to worry about being spammy? You can just pay for a post, put up your post, and start selling, right? Pretty much, correct? Like you can just put it up there. You can link to your website. You can do whatever you want to do. So any of these forums that you go in that have a buy, sell, trade area, usually you'll have to pay a fee to put up a thread. But you don't have to do any schmoozing to rock that out. Everybody understands that part, I think. But what if you want to actually be a little more smooth about it? How many of you frequent forums for certain topics? You frequent forums and you also contribute. I'm not much of a forum guy these days. I'm more of a Facebook group guy. But with this type of service, do you think it benefits you to post in certain forums, that are very focused on the service you are offering? Let me show you an example. So we go to the Warrior Forum. I obviously show you the Warriors for Hire area. But if we were doing SEO, for instance, do you think that we could jump in here and start commenting on threads, and adding value? Let me click into one of these. Look at that top post. Anybody see anything interesting about these top posts? What about that one? Anybody see anything interesting about these posts? Can I tell you how this works? You pay a small fee per year to be able to put graphics in your signature and links in your signature. So every time you add a reply on the topic that your membership is on, guess what's in front of everybody in that forum? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, does that really work? Holy crap, I can't tell you the amount of sales I've made over the years off of one forum reply that I added value, that I had my signature in. You're establishing credibility, you're adding to the community, and in any way did this dude sell here? He was just adding value, wasn't he? Do you think that this would be more appropriate and more effective if we're in an SEO forum, he's talking about SEO, if he was offering SEO services and maybe had an SEO monthly club? Do you think you're going to get some signups? Absolutely. I know if you've never done this before, you're thinking, Ben, it can't be that easy. It is, especially if you have a low barrier of entry, or you'll do samples or you'll do reviews. People want your services. They just need to see you there. And oh my Lord, what do you think happens when you start hitting home runs for these people after they've tried you out? Do you think they're ever going anywhere? I never let go of good talent because it's so hard to find. So if you're the good talent, you're there. Does this make sense as to kind of how we can infiltrate forums and literally get paid every day to go add value to forums? Is it a little bit of work? If you're, you have to say, I got to get up and go play in a forum today. But is it work if it's a topic that you're interested in? Nope. If you hate the topic, you will hate doing this. If you don't hate the topic, your work becomes getting up every day and talking about marketing. Let me ask you a question. With my job, if you want to call it a job, do you think that it's pretty easy for me to get up every day and just talk about internet marketing and make money because I'm talking about internet marketing all day long? By adding value to people's lives, you're going to be doing the same things with whatever niche you go through. You guys want to know a secret? How long do you think I was out of bed before I jumped on this call today? I stayed up late working on the presentation, rolled out of bed, brushed my teeth, came upstairs, and now I get to hang out with you guys and talk about this stuff and bring the heat for you. That's your job. That's your job when you're posting in forums. Does that make sense on the forum? Kind of what you're doing there. Make sure you're into the topic though, okay? Now Facebook, how many of you are a part of Facebook group that right now your membership that you're swirling around in your head would be something that's valuable? Okay. I'm going to tell you a secret about running Facebook groups. I'm going to tell you a secret about running Facebook groups. How many of you run your own Facebook group? How many of you run your own Facebook group? If you don't, I'm going to tell you a secret about how to run a Facebook group. And then I'm going to tell you why it's beneficial for you in this regard. To run a good Facebook group every day, you've got to be adding content and stirring conversation. Would you guys agree the best Facebook groups you're a part of, every day there's new stuff, every day there's new conversation, every day there's new awesome information coming at you that you can learn from that's interesting to you? Would you agree that that makes up an awesome Facebook group? Always new activity, always new things. Okay, so from the standpoint of me running a Facebook group that maybe you're a part of, or maybe not, but maybe someone else is running, would you agree that part of my job to keep that group great is to stir the conversation and make sure that the group stays alive? Okay, good. Do you think that that is a pain in my ass some days? Not often, but do you think every so often it would be great if I had some help doing those things? So here's what I want to say. Do you think I abso-freaking-lutely love people that come into my Facebook groups and contribute powerful information every day and they start a conversation? Do you think that that is something I look forward? Do you think I get pissed off when I have group members come in and not ask, questions or, not throw things, but they're actually starting a good conversation with folks and they're teaching about something? Maybe they share a valuable article. Maybe they come in and they, give a step-by-step of how to do something and they're adding value. Does that take some pressure off my team? And it's not a lot of pressure because my team's good at it. But does that take pressure off my team when people do that? So if that's you, let's say that I'm running that t-shirt group and you come in and you're teaching about cool designs, things like that, and you brand yourself as an expert by talking about really cool things that are going on right now, and you're talking about Facebook ad tricks, you're talking about those things, do you think the group leader, the person that manages the group, is going to hate you or they are going to love you? I freaking love people that are active in my group because they keep conversations rolling. Now let me ask you this. Just by you being active in a group, are people going to find out what you do and find out your membership? Add you as a friend if you're adding value. Add you as a friend. Look at what you've got on your page that's your stuff. Yeah, they will find it. But let me ask you something else. Do you think if you're adding all that value and you go talk to the group person that's part of the group, do you think they're going to care if occasionally you talk about your service or you mention your service? So you could say something like this. This is what we call the name dropper technique. Hey guys, I guess you guys know that I run this t-shirt monthly membership, and inside the membership, this is what we do. But here's what we found this month that I thought was interesting. Let me give you a case study of one of the shirts that we thought was powerful. Is that valuable to the group? Is that valuable to the group? Yes. Is that overly promotional? No. Are you mentioning your business and why you know this information? Yes, that's your world. It's not spammy. You're not putting a link in there. But what do you think is going to hit your damn inbox after you do that and you start getting lots of replies to that thread? You think you're going to get some PMs about your group and where it's at or your membership? Yes. And you really don't even have to ask permission for that because you are establishing your credibility there. You're not linking, you're fine. Most groups are going to be okay with that. I would be. Doesn't bother me one stinking bit. It happens in a lot of my groups, and as long as they do it the right way, it's good. But you can also go to the admin and be like, listen, do you mind if occasionally I contribute a lot? Do you mind if I post a link up to our thing and talk about what we do, but also add some value? Do you think the group owner is going to hate that? Some won't like it. But here's what most smart group owners are going to do. They're going to say, this person contributes a lot. It's not going to hurt me much to do that. But you know what's probably going to happen? You know what's probably going to happen when you ask that group person? More often than not, if you've been a great contributor to their Facebook group and you've added a lot of value, you know what they're going to do when they see that you have something where you charge money? They're going to say, how about I talk about it and I feature you, but instead of your link, I put an affiliate link out there. You know how many folks I wish were service providers that did things like what we're teaching, that would come in my group and say, we do this, and I wish I could promote them, but they don't. Number one, I don't have that many folks that come to me with cool services or memberships. And number two, nobody's adding value in this way. Guys, if you add value, you establish credibility, and people want to see you succeed. Would you agree with me on that? Does that help you guys understand how you can start dropping what you do, start dropping this passion project, this membership that you've put together that's going to make you a crap load of money in the next year? Do you start understanding how if you're wearing it on your sleeve, if you're wearing it on your chest, it doesn't come off as spammy, but people will find you and sign up? Give me a yes if so. I know you guys are hanging. You're doing good. We're almost to the end. Everybody understand. That's the secret. That's the secret, okay?